Discretion is advised.
Happy Monday. You are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 134. We are in patch 7.1 in Legion. Tonight we're going to be talking a lot about the latest developer Q&A, which brings good tidings and a lot of information and tons of new things. A new pet does hit the store next month for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and much, much more. So make sure you guys stay right here.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there is a group that defies convention. A group that stands in the face of trolls and doesn't flinch. A group that strives on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve. A group that eats tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you. She can start a revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell, the PWNCAST Vanguard. The wolves whose howl can signal death's coming, Lycan. Snap back and get faster for the pet battle Grandmaster, Gemma Banks. He's sharp as a dagger with that dapper swagger, Secret Sauce. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are PWNCAST.
Welcome back. I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me, and we haven't had a lot of intimate moments, you and I, because I've been unmuting them relatively quickly, and I feel like I'm neglecting everyone. So I just want to take this moment, with the awkward murky shaking, I just want to take this moment to just be one with you that are watching and listening, and not with these other guys. And now the moment's passed, so I'm going to unmute them. I don't know what weird stuff you're doing with Murky, but I'm pretty sure it was unsanctioned.
He's stroking his headset.
Something's weird. But along with myself, I did bring the Death Knight, who's the harbinger of the Dragon of Doom, Lycan.
Yeah, buddy.
That, I have to say, was one of my greatest rating moments ever.
I agree.
So, for those who don't understand, what we were doing is we were doing Xavius on Heroic. And there comes all the, what are those little ads that do the big red explosion off the boss shit. And they are all just about to hit him. Secret's like, somebody get these ads. There's like 8 of them. I'm like, don't worry. I raised my hand.
And they're lined up.
And they're lined up perfect. I said, I got this shit. I ran over, dropped Syndragos' Fury down, and nuked every single one of them down. Even our rogue in our group, Soda, was like, that was just insane.
It was really, really impressive.
And I saved the rogue.
I mean, I have a Chaos Bolt, which is more impressive, but that was pretty awesome.
No, I don't think I was going to hit all 8 of those.
I harness undead dragons. What else can you get? I mean, that's just...
And the odds that they all spawned on one side. I mean...
And lined perfect.
Yeah. I give that.
I did also bring the monk who's buying an ice cream truck and is coming to a neighborhood near you, Gemma Banks.
What?
He's not going to get
That's
the reference, but...
I just kept thinking Ice Cream Man is coming.
Just
No,
because
I
of
don't
your
get that.
your creepy pedo stash.
Oh, my mustache. So you should have just opened up with like the creepy pedo who got his legendary bracers yesterday.
Oh,
legendary.
no one cares. Oh.
Yeah. To you out there, if you haven't got your legendary yet or a legendary piece, it will come to you.
Yeah.
People are going to riot, and let me tell you why they're going to riot.
Why?
Because you are the most casual person as of late in the expansion, and
But you quoted me today, didn't you?
With all your Pokemon Go stuff, I can't believe you got a legendary
you
before.
said that on the show.
I know. I was like waiting.
But before
Everyone had
other
to
people,
hold the door.
it's just awful. But it's good. I'm happy for you.
Don't
I'm excited.
call it a comeback.
Just don't
Been here
squander.
for years.
Don't squander what you've been given. You've been given
Right?
what are you
This
going to
is
do
true.
with it, Gemma? What?
I'm going to get my revival here faster, and I'm going to heal. And it has the word pet in my legendary bracers, so it was meant to be.
It does?
Yeah, it's the pet. I wish I wrote it down because now I sound stupid. It's my legendary bracers.
I did also.
Well, kudos to you.
I'm excited that I like to see people get legendaries. I'm not salty about it at all. Fuck off. Just kidding. I did also bring the priest who was carried by the warlock in heroics tonight, Secret Sauce.
Yes. So, with that being stated, we had an abundance of healers. So, to be fair, A, I wasn't going to step out. Not going to happen. 2, I don't have an alt to just swap in and out with, which now I probably should make an alt and level. And I went Shadow. DPS was terrible. Thank you, all of our amazing DPS tonight that did carry me. I
It
appreciate
wasn't me.
but
It was all the demon hunters. It was
No.
not me, but
Whoa.
you did fantastic on Xavius. So
I did. I did.
So I mean, thank you. But
Xavius was great.
good night raid for the whole entire raid team. Both teams, mind you. I'm happy. I'm content. Almost Xavius.
I know. It broke my heart that we didn't get him down. It would have been nice for both guilds at the same time to get it. It would have been nice.
Right. But nonetheless, we progressed throughout that entire fight.
We did.
So
We
I'll
killed
take that as a victory.
Good job.
So, now that we are back with good tidings, I think we've all rested from BlizzCon, and we're kind of where we need to be. Save my
First
dying.
work day though.
Save
Oh
my
my
dying this
God.
weekend. I did get the con cred. It was a pretty bad time for me.
Sound better, yeah.
I do. I'm a lot better. So let's talk.
Sam.
I know it was really
She sounds like she has one of those
I
things
felt
on its
bad
own.
last episode because I'm like, everybody has to hear this awful voice.
Did anyone bring that up?
No, nobody complained, and I want to. I
They're
appreciate
so
those of
thoughtful.
you. And it's even worse for the iTunes listeners because they have no visual to
Right.
block some of that. So I appreciate you guys not commenting on how awful.
Yeah, their visual is like
All
next channel.
all those listeners had missed an opportunity now.
You couldn't talk about her talking
Yesterday,
like this.
I Skyped to a secret, and I turned on my camera. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I literally looked like death. Like it was awful.
She was like
It was awful.
if there's death, she was like pre-stage 1.
And you know, we're all family, so I don't give a shit what I look like to them. I don't give a damn. I don't have to impress them anymore. They already love me. So, lots of stuff to talk
I've already
about.
slept on your couch. It's fine.
before-
It's no big deal.
Right. We've made tacos together. When you cook tacos with somebody, it's a very intimate experience. So it was good times. I'm going to save the developer Q&A for after the rest of the news because there was a lot of really good points that I'm excited to talk to you guys about. But let's get into some of the news. World of Warcraft's 12th anniversary is on the 16th. No news yet on what's happening for the anniversary just yet. But soon, TM, I'm pretty sure Tuesday is usually announcement day, so we could probably
Right.
expect by the time most of you are watching this, it will probably have already been released. So just know that it is the 16th, so you definitely want to make sure you log in. We typically get a token. It varies on what the token will do. I think it's usually
Yeah.
rep, but or experience. It's been a couple different things. So make sure you guys are logged in for that. And as we have the news, make sure you're following PWNCAST on Facebook or you're on the PDQ, and you'll be able to know what else. Because usually there's an event for the anniversary, so we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how that works out. For the event that begins by the time most of you listen and watch this, it's going to be the arena skirmishes. So make sure you go, and I believe it's 10 wins. Right? Am I right? 10 wins. Go in there, get your 10 wins, get your box, get your things. Trial of Valor is live. Haven't had a chance to step into it yet because we are not in that tier. But Guild 2 had a chance to step into it. And I heard them.
I went in first night. I
Did you?
plugged it. I just
I was
joined
listening
see how it
to
was.
them in the raid, and the first two, Odin and Gorm,
Yeah.
they
Gorm.
sounded relatively like okay, and Helia sounds like it's just everything you could imagine going on. It sounded really terrible, so hopefully some of you had good luck pugging or with your raid team because it sounded like... Did you down it, Secret?
No. Oh hell no. No, those people like, and I say those people because the people that were like, hey, it's a new little raid. I'm gonna join it. Blah blah blah. Like I didn't watch anything. You guys know that, and I was like, well, it can't be that bad. And like I think within 30 seconds, like 3/4 of the group died because they didn't move at us something or whatever, and I just shook my head. Messaged another holy priest and said, we need to leave, man. This isn't gonna work. And yeah, so I left because no, I can't.
Rage quit.
Oh,
I can
didn't rage
only
quit. I just
handle those types of things with the guild because I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm not really a PvEer, but I can't. I pugged before we stepped into raiding. I was pugging to get a Xavius kill for something for Suramar, and it was just I was done after like 32 wipes. It wasn't even that much. I'm being dramatic, but I was like, I can't do this without my guild. My guild makes me less likely to want to set someone on fire or more likely some nights. It just depends on depends on what's going on. But yeah, so make sure you guys get in there and do that. Quick join. Most of you have already known about this. We've talked about it. They've added to it. It's pretty cool. You could just go and you could see quick join and you could click and join whatever your friends are doing, which is really, really nice.
RPing on Moon Garden.
There was an episode.
Really?
Yeah, he was
Jim
on.
was, yeah.
We looked to see what he was in because it tells you.
Oh, you know what? I did. Yeah,
And I have the
remember seeing
screenshot. I keep forgetting to. I'm going to tweet it because I keep forgetting to do that. But it was talking about some weird RP stuff.
I also heard
Moonguard.
you and Remedy's queuing for BGs, and then it popped up after. I'm like, oh, I can sneak in this match, and I just jumped in. And
It
then
did. It pops up, and you can just hop right in. I didn't have to invite him or nothing. It was really nice. So,
Not that I was invited, I just like hopped in.
that's
time to PvP.
what a dick. Just kidding. But it is really nice. So make sure you guys check out that feature. I know that there's a lot of times like we'll be looking for like a pre-made group for something. World Quest when you're killing the world boss. It's really nice to be able to just hop into the group your friends in. So definitely neat there. This should be live.
I used it today with Velitrius.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He was gonna pug normal, and I seen that it popped up, and I said, "Boop, why not heal it?"
Why not heal it? Why not?
It went. It was.
It should be live now. Not 100%. Don't quote me on it. Underwater mounts are supposed to move faster in the water. I thought they were always supposed to do that, but apparently
They're supposed to a long time ago.
apparently it's gonna be a thing official. I was under that impression that it was always a thing, but apparently it wasn't. But it just, when I was reading through the news, underwater mounts now move faster in water, and it's supposed to be live, so should already be good to go. A really cool thing if you're a druid. When you're in travel form, if you have your pet out, in travel form do /sit with your cat, and your cat will ride on your back while you're in travel form. It's one of those nuances that's really weird, and it's one of those things where I think it's really awesome, right? That's pretty cool if you're a druid to just throw a kitty on your back and just go. But who thinks these things up? Whose idea? Let's make all cats ride druids, because that's like druidception, felineception.
Yeah.
Some of this shit, I swear they're dropping LSD in
I know.
the meeting rooms and going, I got a great idea. Let's put an octopus hat on our head that lets us do better fishing. You know the octopus hat thing that you have that has the tentacles?
Oh, right, yeah, from fishing.
I
Yeah.
typically try to stay away from tentacles.
Yeah.
Like I said, then I like hentai. Oh, never mind.
I do if the mood is right, but the mood is not right.
Mm-hmm.
And then last on the quick news is going to be the Mischief the Fell Kitty.
Woo!
Mischief the Fell Kitty is a pet. He's beautiful. He comes to the Blizz store December 1st. I think it's December 1st. I forgot to put that in my show notes. And it's going to be for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So
Right. It looks amazing.
buy it. It's probably going to be $10. They're normally like $10 or $15. Buy it.
Yeah. Belle, you can give me my Christmas present early.
Your
since I don't
Christmas
mind.
present is for me to not kill you.
Mischief, thank you. I'll accept it. Just
We'll
let me know.
probably
yeah.
be giving a one away on the. We'll be giving shit away. I'm sure. I like to give those pets away.
Yeah, and it is December 1st.
And I like to give those pets away because they're cheap and easy for me to pull out of my budget. So
Yeah.
have no fear if your budget is non-existent. Gemma Banks. So
Just like secret sauce,
Man.
cheap and easy.
I don't know if he's cheap or easy. Sometimes I get them confused, and they are different, guys. Cheap and easy is different. They're not the same, even though
We're like the same people today. Blue shirts,
shirts,
black
that's
hat,
black hats.
black headphones.
I'm wearing
mic
the old
stuck out a little
Comcast
bit.
logo from many moons ago. It's
Oh,
my favorite
okay.
shirt.
Check you out. Fancy.
I know. It's my favorite shirt. Limited edition. I'm going to sell it on eBay for $1.50. Just kidding. Also,
I'm just not wearing pants.
you're not wearing pants?
No.
Pants are overrated. So the developer Q&A, of all the Q&As that we've had, this one is my favorite because we got a lot of really useful information. And I got to tell you, I don't know if you boys feel the same way I do, but I am really loving Ian being at the helm. I am loving him being at the helm, and just he's so upfront and like out there, right? Everybody feel the
Right?
same way?
No, he's doing good things.
He's just
So.
he keeps bringing good tidings, man, and I'm just digging it. I'm digging that he stepped into it relatively easy and that we're not feeling the pain of being without Chilton. And I'm so freaking proud of that guy. I'm sure he got a really huge raise and now he's the king of the universe, but I love him.
But most people, the only complaint I really hear from people is they say that he's not passionate about the game. But I think what they're looking at is the way that what's his name used to be before that. Why do I keep forgetting his name?
Metzen.
Thank you, Chris Metzen. Chris Metzen was before where you got somebody that was super passionate that didn't want to admit the bad things about it, to where you have Ian who is willing to admit the mistakes and fix them, but he's still very passionate, and it's just his personality is different.
Different
People
personality.
aren't understanding the type of person that he is. He's technical. That's what he is. Technical people harbor their passions in different forms. Their passion goes into the back end to what they're doing. They're the guys that are up till 6 o'clock in the morning because they're really, really close to a breakthrough of something they're trying to do in the back end of something. Technical guys show their passions in different forms, and their work is what kind of speaks for them. So it is difficult with somebody when you're dealing with the guys we've been before. Metzen's not super technical. He's technical, but that's not his get down, right? That's not what Metzen is known for. He's the chill cat in the leather who's on the motorcycle. Like that's kind of
Right.
Metzen's like swagger type of deal. Whereas Ian's he's your original nerd. Before gaming made nerds famous, he's your original nerd sitting at the computer coding for hours and days and days and months with cans of Mountain Dew stacked. Like he's just a different personality, and just to see that the things that he does, that's kind of the passion speaking for itself. So
Right.
it's understandable people might be a little off put by that, but he's a brain, guys. These brains, they don't know how to show the passion the way that we do because they show it in a different form. So I
Right.
promise he's not a robot. Maybe he is, I don't know. I got to meet him this year, so I was really happy. I did. I hugged him the whole nine. He smelled really lovely. I was excited because sometimes you don't know what you're going to get, right? You're not sure if one of these developers or one of these Blizzard guys is going to smell good. You're just you don't want it to be that moment where they don't smell
Never
good.
worried about that.
No, you have to be worried about that because there will
They
be that
do,
one
maybe.
time. There'll be that one time where a Blizzard guy doesn't smell good, and then you're going to have to like really try to game face it. It's upon us, guys. One day.
Right.
One day. So let's talk about what he had to say. So 7.1.5 should be on the PTR this week, probably midweek. I would probably say Wednesday or Thursday. I know that they're working on putting it up there. They've already had several background updates to the PTR if you have it on your client. So that should be up. I'll go in there and test and do stuff so that we can talk about it. They did talk about Kara and its success as far as people's reactions to it. So with that, they want more high-level 5-mans. They're looking at that as and I think that's probably going to be where the bulk of our in-between content will probably come from.
Right.
They like that it's higher level, that it's easy for them to do versus a 7-man or an 8-man or a 9-man raid because it's smaller, more compact because you're dealing with less things because it's only a 5-man. So he did talk about them wanting that to be kind of a new way that they're
Mythic
going.
time walking pluses.
Yeah, I think that they finally figured out people are going to gobble this content, and the only way that they can stop this, whatever you want to call it, is for them to give things like Kara in between so that people can gobble it. What kind of things would you guys like to see? Is there like an old revamped 5-man that you guys would like to see, like hard and difficult?
Wailing Caverns.
Ooh.
Wailing Caverns, just because it would fit with
Throwback,
it would fit with the Nightmare thing. With Neralex, because Neralex was one of the original druids that was, affected pretty. I mean, he pretty much was involved with the whole Storm Rage book. I'm just finishing up reading it, and with Neralex being affected, and that or Sunken Temple, the original
Those
Sunken
are pretty
Temple.
good decisions. Way to bail us out, Lycan.
Because again, with Aranicus,
Way to bail us out.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I like it.
I mean, these are just on the lore-based one. With Aranicus, he's been Ysera's consort and everything, and he was one of the first corrupted of the Nightmare. That, in my opinion, would be the best. I'd like them to bring back the original Sunken Temple. Also, I hate the new one with a passion.
Yeah, like the actual maze and having to go. Yeah,
Go up and kill all the trolls. Yeah.
Yep.
it's any kind of confusing directionally.
You would get lost heavily.
She wouldn't even be
I
able to
just
follow
need
the
help.
group.
I need help. It's just.
You need help every day.
You guys probably heard something come through my headset. You guys didn't, but those of you listening and watching at home, I apologize. I clicked a thing, and that thing took me to another thing, and I heard it, but it was
She
only for 2
tooted
seconds.
in her headset.
Luckily, it wasn't during Lycan's lore because the DDoSing seems to always happen. But I heard that in my ear, so I know everybody else heard it if I heard it. Okay. Secondary stats. When it
I
comes...
don't have an opinion. Well,
You don't
fuck
have an
me.
opinion?
That's cool.
No?
Yeah.
What?
Thanks.
You got an answer?
Yeah,
Shout
I
it
did.
out.
I thought
Dude,
you
dude,
both
dude.
were bantering about your opinion. Ugh.
Yeah, but I didn't state mine.
Excuse me,
let it out.
King Secret.
You have the floor.
So when
I
Siege of
apologize.
Stormwind happens, right?
Huh?
What?
It's a joke.
Oh.
You know, Siege of Orgrimmar happened.
Okay,
You know,
okay,
I would
got it,
I was
got
like,
it.
you're
Siege of
scaring
Stormwind
me because I
happen.
can't do
You know, when
it.
Jaina becomes a Dreadlord and all that.
She's
you know,
already a
fantastic stuff
Dreadlord,
happens.
sir.
Well, when she fucking goes 9,000 on people, yeah, that'd be awesome. The barracks. I mean, not the barracks.
Stockades?
Yes, that would be fantastic. Because I know there was like this rumor that there was a higher level prison in Stormwind, and it's there, but you can't go into it. There's nothing there. And for the longest time, there was another portal in Stormwind, like in like the internal canal area, but that was kind of like discontinued for whatever reason too. So I know that should have been something. For the longest time, I always knew Grim Batol was going to be something, because why have this amazing place that's just sitting there? Like, let's get real. So I don't know. A higher level prison would be fantastic, you know, type thing.
I do
but
like the idea of the stockades. I think revamping things that were once an integral part of what you did, I think it's really nice to see them. It's to see them bring it back, as long as we're chilling on Azeroth.
right, yeah.
I agree with that. See, I'm glad you got to take your turn, which I thought you already had, and I apologize. I
was
have
just,
no favorites.
I
so-
was adding some extra secret sauce, to Lycan's part,
Right.
Oh yeah, Gemma, did you have one? I don't want to skip anybody for
No, I don't really. I mean, I
okay.
have a
Is there
feeling
any
everything.
PvP
will be-
for fear of public reprisal. I don't want to say.
No,
You
next
forgot
topic,
Gemma. Good job.
go ahead. Yeah.
I don't really have. I didn't do a lot of older content because I didn't have friends back then. Before there was Group Finder and all these things that you could have friends and things to discover. So, I'm just discovering a lot of these things. Like
We didn't have Group Finder. We had Trade Chat.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't
For a
have
group
friends.
to do stockades.
Nobody
looking
talked
for
to me.
to
I didn't
do
have any
everything in the world.
It was really sad. One of the things that they did talk about is how you have like an eye level 875 ring, or you have an 875 and you have an 845, and your 845 has better stats than your 875. I know it's happened to everybody because it's happened to me twice in the last couple of months. It's really annoying. So they did talk about, he did acknowledge that it is an issue. He basically said rewards should be exciting, and it completely doesn't feel that way because of the secondary stats. For 7.1.5, the solution to increase the rate at which the secondary stats grow on jewelry, and the other 7.1.5 solution, across the board adjustment of secondary stats, which they've talked about twice now. That secondary stat being a focus to make sure that you're just not at the mercy of RNG, because I have lots of really high item level gear in my bank that is not
Mine has
statted.
burst. Mine has burst.
It's not statted properly. I'm not willing to lose, a lot of my either crit or my haste for versatility. As a warlock, fuck you with your versatility. I don't want that crap. Stop trying to give me that garbage. But everything is around versatility. This whole expansion, it's anything I get from the Mythic Plus chest is versatility. It's just,
I'll take it.
I mean, I just don't see how they haven't noticed that there are some classes that use it, like the Demon Hunters. Fantastic. A lot of tank specs use versatility. I get it.
Rogue, yeah.
Even some of the rogues. However, I don't use it as a holy priest. You don't use it as shadow. You don't use it as a lock. You don't use it at a lot of different classes. So they should really distinguish it between classes.
They should invent and make it an option to slightly change the stats and call
Like
it
forging?
forging or
well,
forging
we're
would
going
be
to talk
something
about
along
that
those
because
lines.
he shot that down. Reforging will not be coming back
But-
ever.
Right.
Here's my question. So we get a piece of gear, and I can use it for a holy pally, prot pally, or you know what I mean. It'll switch that main stat between strength and into back and forth. They know some of the gear that's coming out. They know what a Frost DK is going to be shooting for. What kind of gear? why can't they make those jewelry pieces change? Where if I'm in tank spec,
A template
right? If
that
I'm in
would
tank
activate.
spec, give me verse. If I'm in frost, give me haste.
I think they have been secretly doing that. I think that they have been working, because you know how they just barely did the template for the PvE and the PvP. I do think that they use that as a basis to continue along that same code base to do that continually, because he stated in like the last 4 Q&As they are working on the secondary stats. We know it sucks. I got you. We're working on it. Like, they have stated that several times. So what if they are working on that maybe a little template that just activates based off? I don't pretend or presume to know what goes on in their back end. So
the only, and now even saying that, the only thing I can see different with that too is that as gear changes, as our item level raises slightly each time, I've noticed, Frost DKs, we've changed our stat priorities 4 times now. Since the beginning of this expansion, I've had to regen, re-enchant, and shoot for different stats since they started. Now they're actually saying versatility is one of the better stats, which I absolutely hate.
listen,
But
whenever people
that's
tell
where
me
they're going with
versatility, I'm a warlock.
Next year, for sure, we need versatility shirts made.
Whenever I get a versatility ring or a versatility anything on my warlock, I literally just want to be like, fuck you. I literally say fuck Blizzard whenever, if I'm in Curse or something, I'm literally like, fuck you, Blizzard, because it's annoying. I don't want that. All of my Mythic Plus chests every week, when you get the chest, it's all versatility.
I have crit verse ring, 890 Mythic Titan Forge. That's just
garbage, because the stat is
I
not
just
worth
have it
what
in
you
there
lose.
just for that reason. But and before you used to be able to trade out whatever you wanted, however you wanted to do it, as long as it was a set for group loot and just distribute it that way. But I could have been in a group with somebody with Lycan, and he say, for God knows why, he would be tanking, and he's like, hey, no, hold on, because I know you don't really want to tank this expansion, but you would if you have to,
right?
If asked. But this crit verse ring that I have sitting in my bag, 890, would be a fantastic upgrade, and it's binding to me because I don't have anything better than that. I like it, but I don't like it how they have that set up.
Did we actually go through that?
It don't matter.
You're going to give me a piece of gear like that, and it was exactly for that same reason?
Yeah.
Was that...
I was trying to give it to you.
Yeah, because it's a higher item level than what you have, it's automatically bound.
They want the secondary stats to stop beating primary stats, right? Because they want to make it where, because you were competing. So basically they want to make it where the item level is more impactful and you get more excited about a higher item level by scaling down and dealing with
give me
those
something I can fucking
stats.
use. How about that?
I agree. Like, you and I were the same. And to that end with reforging, they talked a lot about reforging, and I'm sure that they've went back and forth because so many people are QQing about reforging, but they also talked about how it solves temp issues, but not in the long run.
No.
I don't understand that. That frustrates the fuck out of me. I don't understand it, because the only reason they took that away, and it's these exact words, is because we didn't want you to feel that you had to go and reforge your gear right away because you got a new piece. That was what they said.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was the only reason they took it away. It had nothing to do with it, because even if you didn't like versatility, you would be able to
take some of it off.
Right, take some of it, but not all of it. It would still give you that gear.
You didn't watch the entire thing of it. This isn't Diablo, how you can just trade an entire stat and get whatever you wanted.
But that's what pisses me off, is they said that's the only reason it is because people say, oh, well, we have to leave raid. Now they give us transmog mounts. Half the shit that we were able to reforge right off the back of it, half the damn raids were able to go ahead and use that in.
I don't believe that's why they took reforging. I think that there's
a bigger reason. But that's why they said.
I think there's a bigger reason, and I think that reason is something we don't know, but I think there had to be a reason for them to take that.
You know how much money we put back into the economy, Bell? A lot.
Do you know how how many people have complained about reforging and they're not yielding? That means there's a reason for it. I've learned they usually pander to crybabies, right? We know this well. Look at the search reforging on the forums. So many people are salty, and even still, how long later? When did they take it away? And Miss Pandaria or Warlords, right?
Yeah. Warlords,
yeah.
So I feel like there is a reason. I don't really know what that reason. I don't profess to know what that reason is. I'm just saying I feel like there is a bigger reason.
There's a reason, and the reason is they created versatility, and they want to make it a thing, like we've been saying for years.
Same thing as multi-strike. Get that fucking...
Multi-strike was fantastic for me. I'm sorry.
I loved it.
Good for
They
Yeah,
could
he
have
was-
taken it away also to simplify the game, just like how there's too many abilities to confuse
Of course.
players for
Yeah.
newer
They
players.
get rid of
It
burst.
adds another.
Three
Yeah,
stats. Haste,
Like-
crit, mastery. Do
That's
it.
true.
there you go.
You're right.
I'll take
But-
versatility though, just to end the
See,
topic off.
I don't mind versatility. I like the idea that it gives you that blanket receiving healing, or that blanket healing output, or that blanket
Extra
damage
DPS.
output.
Yeah.
Right. So as a tank, yeah, I absolutely love it, because as you heal me, that verse is going to help. You know, but now I'm looking at it as a Frost DK, and the amount that it scales, like I did that Vantis ring tonight for Xavius, for that 1,000 verse. It gave me 2% versatility. That was it. I'm going, really? That's all I'm going to get out of that 1,000
It's because
versatility?
Bell only
is
has a level 1 Vantis ring.
No, I
And when
bought
you use
it.
level 3. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Right.
talking crap.
But that's what's frustrating me, is they brought this wonderful system into the game, and then they just ripped it out. And what? See,
They
now
didn't
I'm
rip
gonna
it
get
out.
up
They
again.
warned people. They gave people a really long time to get used to the idea that they were removing reforging. So
It's
they
like
didn't
they
like the next morning. Everybody didn't wake up and like they were all
Oh,
ripped from
no,
their
yeah.
homes. Like we knew that it was
It's like
happening.
they pulled a scab off the wound. It hurts
I
still.
should have never brought up reforging. I knew it was going to be rolling
This
the
is,
dice.
this is like those XP pots in the Grand in Draenor that kind of just disappeared.
I've
'cause-
lived so long without it that I don't even. It's like once you've been through. We've been through the war, guys. We have been through some shit in these
came home.
expansions. Like
To me, it's minor compared to all the ups and
Yeah,
downs.
I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's minor as well. Like, it's not a big deal. However,
Like, and how do you feel about it?
I would sell my middle child to bring back real quick.
I'm just joking.
I just. I'm gonna hold out hope that there's a bigger purpose, and that's
Hoedown?
the
You're
reason.
gonna do a hoedown?
Yeah, I'm gonna do hose down.
She's gonna hood the
Pimps
dog.
up, isn't that the song? Lycan sings it. Artifact weapon appearances after Legion. So they are going to be able to be transmog. So your weapon that you get after Legion, you can transmog all of your appearances that you've acquired. So if you've unlocked them and you've acquired them, you can transmog them.
I can put it on my green item level
Yeah.
green 900 weapon.
You can. Now, to those of you crying, oh, I gotta work so hard for this weapon that I'm gonna lose in Legion. We do it every fucking expansion. Why is that even... The fact that this is even a complaint by people, it makes me laugh. We have a few people in our guild, and I love you, and I know you're watching right now, to complain about putting all this work into your weapon. This is the nature of video games, guys. Since the beginning of time, you put all your work into something only for it to mean nothing when you get to the next level, or whatever the case may be. Every expansion, there's something to work for that's garbage the next expansion. Why
My
are we
trinkets
still
valid.
having this fight?
There's always that one trinket for me that I always try to get, that I never end up getting,
Which one?
and then it doesn't matter. Every expansion, there's one trinket
Oh, okay. Sorry.
that I
thought you
fight
meant, like,
every
Oh, like a
expansion to
best
get,
in
and I
slot.
complain because I don't get it, and I bitch that I don't get it, and then when it comes to the next expansion, I replace it right away.
We killed ourselves over that cloak, guys.
Oh yeah.
And I know I literally never wanted to see another raid or dungeon again. It was so done. I literally was like,
I was doing it on
done.
3 tunes, and
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like, I wanted it so bad on my rogue. I wanted it so bad on my hunter. Once I got
The
on
ring?
secret, I was like, no, the cloak.
No, I know.
Yeah,
But I'm just
the
saying
clo-
the
the
ring's
cloak-
the same thing.
Yeah, the ring was a little easier, I think, in my opinion, compared to
Huh?
the cloak.
There was more journey, like when you were getting the cloak, there was the actual couple quests that took skill to complete.
Scenarios
Like,
and stuff like that.
yeah, against that fight against Rathian, for me as a slightly undergeared hunter, was difficult. You had to do a lot of kiting and avoiding, and then there was also the one part where you went down and there was Tesla coils or big.
That one
boss.
was rough.
Yeah.
The
It was
breaking the ring down into chapters seemed like it was easier to deal with, right? Instead of this big long thing where you knew there was going to be a continuous quest line. But I think doing the chapters and kind of slowly easing you into that. I don't know if anybody else felt that way. I kind of enjoyed.
Well,
I
but a
enjoyed
lot of
the
it-
slow.
A lot of the stuff with the ring, though, you could get through your garrison. You can get it through the shipyard. Where the cloak, you were out there. You were out there adventuring and doing the real shit. Especially like for like all the non-PvPer people that had to go into battlegrounds.
made you do Temple, Caught Mogu, and
Silver Shard
Silver
Mines.
Shark Mines.
Mhm.
75 plus matches in there. One fucking win. Yeah. Thank you, team. Whoever you are. I don't remember your guys' raid team name. But they went in there full. They messaged me. They're like, "You're a raider, I can tell. We got you." I said, "Thanks, man." Heals.
On that subject, legendaries was talked about in the Q&A, and
Let's talk about
he
legendaries.
said legendaries are not meant to be equal. We know this, right? Some of
Right.
you got the lower tier legendaries. But he did say, however, Blizzard is listening to feedback where the last place legendary doesn't feel worth it at all. Some legendaries are getting buffed in 7.1.5.
Remedies.
But high-end ones are also going to get some small nerfs to kind of level out. It's just going to balance them
Fuck.
out. A few
exciting.
exciting new ones are coming into the pool for 7.1.5. The issues with stats weighing on jewelry and item level will also factor in to these changes. Upcoming hotfix for Tuesday: increase item level of all legendaries by 15?
By
Question
15?
mark. I seen that and I didn't
Yeah.
believe it. They're increasing
So
the
that
item
means
level.
Nighthold is like right around the corner. So
That'll put us to 890.
No, Nighthold. I have the date for that.
No.
Nighthold will be mid to late January. Will be Nighthold.
okay, that works.
That'll
He did, 'cause
put them in.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. That'll put them at 905.
Yeah,
I
mine's
put a question mark
895.
because I didn't believe it.
Well, 910.
I didn't know if he was trolling, but come
Oh,
this
I
Tuesday.
just read the stuff on their page too. So it said 15.
Utility on legendaries is harder to measure. Legendaries which increase DPS are easier to measure because of the damage meters. It's easier to see that output. Utility ones may not feel immediately awesome, but can open up for a lot of strategies when it comes to raids and saving your life. So don't discount the
Cloak.
ones that
Just
are not
cloak.
immediate on the damage meters or the healing meters, but have really excellent utility that you can use. Right?
Hush.
Secret, didn't you get one that reses you,
Oh.
right?
I love that. B-res every 10 minutes. Best thing ever. Don't heal me, guys.
Yeah.
I got it.
Well,
Don't
he
battle
has
res
to.
me.
Your DPS is so shit. Nobody wants to heal you anyway.
Oh no, this is for your healing spec,
It's the only
right?
time I
Right,
get to
yeah.
tease him because he's not on the top
know.
of his game because it's a spec. It's a secondary spec. So,
Yeah, no. I would rather be on my rogue DPSing than I can't.
so he did say that Blizzard's concerned that people aren't giving the utility ones a chance, and basically just put them in the bags without discovering what good uses they can be. So they are looking at improving that in the small content patch.
I want to say this without trying to inflame the YouTube and iTunes comments and all those out there, but I do have two different legendaries. One of it is a DPS and one is a utility one. Now, the DPS one is my Ring of Necrophantasia, and I love it because it gives me the double empowered rune weapon. The other one I have gives me the bubble after not taking damage for 5 seconds. And I can't tell you how many times that bubble has absolutely saved my ass, especially tonight. You know, you were worried about me dying a couple times during Il'gynoth. You know, we're at the eye there, and I'm running around. You're like, heal Nate. You know, he's
Right.
low. And
That's talking about
as
me
soon as
because
you
I didn't
said
give two
that-
shits whether you lived or died.
Yeah.
I was at
In
the
the middle
top
of
of the list in
coughing.
that game.
I was trying to find my mute real quick so I didn't have to cough on the show. But yeah, like I'm,
Well, as soon as
you know,
you said that though, my bubble went off, and I had 50,000 health. You know, I had a
That's-
bubble of 50,000 just sitting there, and I'm okay. I'm fine. You know, and it does help. I don't like the necklace as much as I like the ring, but
right.
you know, I'd rather have the
Situational.
legs.
I know I was DPSing, but at the same time I was looking at everyone's health, you know, on my screen. So I was just like, fuck, heal these people. But you know, it's whatever.
So I'll do Nighthold. It is mid to end January. They want to wrap up some of the Suramar stuff. They want to get people into that Suramar content to kind of get them to where they need to be because they opened up 9 new chapters of
Right.
Suramar questline. So
I haven't.
Hey, you
done any of
lied.
that, So
I've been doing more Surmar lately. That doesn't seem like a fan favorite, Belle. You told
it's
me.
a fan favorite. I love every day I'm
Yeah,
there.
girl,
I
she's her
love
own
it
fan.
till my last dying breath. 20
Till the wheels fall off,
expansions
huh?
from now, I will always go back to Suramar and hang out. Like always.
Okay, I'll keep doing the rest of the quests. Maybe I just haven't
You just
got
need
there
to do
yet.
it with a buddy. Everything's better with a buddy and not solo, Jimma.
Solo Delo.
My buddy is my Machamp. I'm getting kilometers with him.
That's so
You had-
weird.
You had other buddies, but you don't ask them to help. Except for today, you did. I gotta
We
give you
did arena
What is the
Bell.
meaning of Argus, right? What does it all mean, Basil? What are we doing? Patch 7.3 is Argus. Outdoor zones, instanced contents, yes, not continents, raids, other
Continents.
features, capstone of the story of the Legion expansion. Now, you say the end of the story of the Legion expansion. I say taking us somewhere else for the next expansion. Potato, whatever. A whole new world of things.
literally.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Tinfoil hat, anyone? Because I don't really know a lot about this subject, so I'm going to
I haven't
Aluminum
finished reading my damn
foil.
book that got signed, so that would be Lycan's duty.
Weird lichen.
What
and
I
this is
want to
what I was
know,
actually-
I want to know where this could take us for a next expansion. I want to hear your thoughts on what, if this is the ending of the expansion, I want to know where this is going to take us, possibly.
Go ahead, guys, and then I'll, like I said, this was actually what I was going to talk about my lore, and we can actually talk about it right now. It's not a problem.
Is
What
it
do
in
you
your,
guys?
is it in your lore?
Well, this is what I had. I had writer's block this week. Then it hit me like today.
Because
We
so many
should talk
tacos,
about Argus.
So.
It's all that wasn't writer's block. That was
Because if it's in your lore, we could wait.
No. Go ahead. This will actually work out perfect. But where do you guys think we would go after Argus?
I think there'll be like a big green portal that will be like all these monster companion pets in front of Argus, and we have to fight them.
This is
as they
why.
cross on their big
Well, that's
dragon.
an expansion I can't buy because I don't pet battle. So
It'll come with
It'll be a
one
waste.
free level 25 with next expansion. Go ahead. You're not asking me, like, and you
All right.
you have the floor.
So we've killed Jaden before. Killed Archimon twice. Now is our second time because, spoiler alert, if you've listened to anything of what was going on at BlizzCon, we're going to the Tomb of Sargeras. When we go to the Tomb of Sargeras, we're going to go kill Jaden once again. But people keep saying, and it is exactly what they explained back when we were killing Archimon the second time. Well, how is he still alive? Didn't we kill him once? Well, yes. But if you kill a demon here on Azeroth or anywhere outside of the Twisting Nether, they go back to the Twisting Nether and they reform. It's what we think happened with Xavius. As we're going through the Emerald Nightmare, he was a demon. He got killed here on Azeroth. It was actually in the Emerald Dream, but still on Azeroth.
Right.
He went back to the Twisting Nether and he was sent back here once again. So no matter what, if you don't kill him in the Twisting Nether, they keep coming back. So we could sit here and they could do expansion after expansion after expansion to doing nothing but fighting demons here on Azeroth. We need to go to Argus. Argus, like Nathrezim, which is where the Nathrezim, the big dreadlords, are from.
right.
Because of the foul energies that are associated with it, are tied to the Twisting Nether. If you kill them on Nathreza, you kill a dreadlord and they can't come back. If you read the book Illidan, and it was all about everything going up to the Legion expansion. It was really neat the way they did it. It went back to Burning Crusade on what Illidan was actually doing while he was on Outland, and kind of the things behind everybody's back with the Demon Hunters and the raising of the Demon Hunters and how he formed them. He actually went to Nathreza because he needed to go get something called the Seal of Argus. What the Seal of Argus is a black disc that radiated green fell energies that told him how to get there. What's neat about the way they tied that into the story and how as soon as I read that, I'm going, man, we're going to Argus. And this is before they made the announcement. If you look at the book and you read it, as he's going to Nathreza, he visited all these different planets. There was a ton of portals he had to take to get to Nathreza to find out how the hell to get there. And as he's going through, it would stop, say, okay, well, this one looks like this, and boom, they were gone to the next planet. For us going to Argus, we're probably going to end up facing Archimon, kill Jaden, or both this time at the same time. That would be
to finally get rid of them.
Right. And tell me that wouldn't be a fight where
That'd
you
be
have
awesome.
both of them coming at you at the same time. The Deceiver
that'd be a
and
neat fight.
right. We may face Sargeras. But once these demons, any named demons, Tichondrius is still out there. Because we killed him here, he has not been killed on another. Some of these big name demons are out there. As we go from planet to planet, we end up in Argus. When we kill them there, they're gone. They're not coming back. We need to finish up this whole demon quest line. We've been doing this since the very beginning. And now that we're going towards that, it's going to, in my opinion, open up a whole world about the old gods.
Right.
And
That's
itself.
initially what I was going to say was the old gods. I mean, that's what everyone keeps talking about. The Titans, the old gods, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So
With the Titans dead, and the only Titan that we know of that is left is Azeroth. It's inside that the shell, basically. The egg is the planet itself.
Mhm.
With the Titans all gone, and they're sitting inside the Keepers. With now Sargeras out of the way, the old gods are going to have nothing to do but try to take over Azeroth itself and corrupt it to its final.
right.
This would open up that whole line. We've never faced an old god face on. Even Yogg-Saron, Cthulhu,
Right.
we've never seen them face on. We've only dealt with their aberrations, their projections.
embodiments or
Because they're
whatever.
little
Yeah.
bitches,
Right.
that's why.
Right. An eyeball here, a brain there, that's it. We've never faced these guys themselves, and this would be the first time that we actually could go up against them. You think demons are a bitch to fight? You ought to wait until we go to an old god.
I want to see new. I want to see fresh world. It's great that we got Broken Shores. Draenor was awesome. Like, all these things are great. I want to see a different point of view, I guess would be, right? A different point of view.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready for some new visuals. Like, excite me with your new visuals. Stop giving me the same bullshit to kill. Just giving it a different form and calling it, like, that. I want to see some new creatures, new bosses, new things. Demons are great. I'm a warlock. Obviously, I love them. But can I maybe kill something that's not a fucking demon, for crying out loud? Like, that's what I loved about Mists of Pandaria, because it was less demons, more demons, but a different version. Like, internal demons, I guess.
There's going to be one environment watch. That's going to be like when we walk in, everything's going to be like a haze. I bet you anything. Where it's going to look kind of like fuzzy. Watch.
Like they were all taking edibles, or?
Yeah, well, essentially, but not. There's no effect to you. Get what I'm saying? So that's how this environment will probably look.
I just want to see something different. I want a new visual. That's why literally Mists of Pandaria was my favorite expansion ever, because it was different. It was completely different than anything we had seen.
That's when you start playing the game. Of course, it's your favorite.
No, I started playing in Burning Crusade, but it was my favorite expansion because everything, the pandas, it was a breath of fresh air and so much demon and.
I think when we go to Argus, we're going to get I'm going to forewarn you, we are going to get more of that. We are going to get more demons. We are going to get more of the Fel, obviously. I think you're going to see a new mixture between what think of the Exodar looks like, the home of the Draenei on Azeroth.
But I want to go beyond that. Like, next expansion, can we be done with demons?
When we come back, there's a whole section of Azeroth we have not searched yet, and that is the Shadowlands, where and the homes basically of of the old gods, where the old god dwells, and there's so many different things that we can go with on looking at the old gods as the next expansion. I think we would still be back on Azeroth. We would still see a lot of familiar places, but I think with it now, instead of getting away from that, getting a lot of shadow touched areas, and seeing these horrific, like if you go through Val'sharah and you have that one thing, it's right there by the Nightmare, it has the one eyeball on the top of his head, you know what I mean? It's that rare.
Right.
Stuff like that, I think and I think with them leading up to that, because the Nightmare has that kind of that hint of the old god shit going on, I think that's what we're going to see. And it will be refreshing, because like I said, they've also said too that, because I remember when Ian, the red shirt guy, had mentioned at BlizzCon once, he had asked about
the hemispheres.
The hemispheres. As we keep going further south, it keeps getting
I literally
warmer.
watched it today. It was
okay,
funny.
so you know exactly what I'm talking about then. And he goes, is there anything south of what now would be Pandaria? And I think it was Metzen that said, you'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
There is more of Azeroth that we've not explored, more of Azeroth that we've never been to. There have been rumors of parts of Azeroth that we've never gone to. We've never seen some of the other trolls that are out there. There's a lot more things that we're going to be able to see.
So many trolls out there.
That's the thing is, Zal again. Remember that achievement in Mist of Pandaria where you had to kill the Zal, this Zalmani tribe or whatever it was. But I think we're going to see that as we come more and more into the further closer to we get expansion. They're going to start hinting towards where we're going. And I think they're not going to really let their hand show until at least 7.3. Once we hit Argus, once we go to there, and we see what the end game is going to be at that point, I think we're going to start getting hints. So that's when you really need to start paying attention.
Agreed. In rounding off, a couple more things for the Q&A. Class mounts, will they be based off spec for appearance? Certain classes, yes. This is because of that connection, the fantasy connection, the thematic connection. Like Shadow Priest wouldn't use a glowing gold owl because it wouldn't make any sense, because it's fucking Shadow Priest.
It would make all the sense in the world. What are you talking about?
That's what he said. That's not my words. I didn't say that, so be mad at Ian.
No, it made zero sense if they did that.
I don't know anything about Shadow, so I just know they really want to be a warlock and they're not. The mage mount, which a lot of people are pissed off about the disc. And
the disc?
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it.
But it's Malagos is where they got their inspiration. Is he not the mage? Is that not?
Yeah.
I mean, I get that, but
fantasy?
to me, when I seen that, I was like, okay. And then I thought about it. I'm like, well, everyone actually has like, oh, I don't want to say cool looking mount because to me, it's a disc. I could get on my red flying disc from Miss
But it's
Pandaria.
different. Like Arcane will have orbs.
But that should go to
Fire
priests.
will be different.
Shouldn't a disc go
No,
to priests
you're
for
so
disc
dumb.
priests?
You're so dumb.
No.
Aw,
I like how you funneled that in there. That was
he's
good.
precious.
I blame people who played Wrath because when we were fighting Malagos and we were down in them damn blood elves that were in there, and they would drop those little discs and people would hop on them. I remember people going, "Man, this would be cool as a mount." And now that the mages, which absolutely fit the people that would have them, get it, they're going, "Oh, this sucks."
Well, if you're comparing a disc to like my tiger or your bone
The
serpent
shaman,
mount.
the shaman.
Yeah, like those are way
electrical
better.
Stormbreaker, awesome, dude.
Speaking
Raven.
of shaman, elemental shaman, Seagull target for Ellie's is getting a buff in 7.1.5.
Finally.
I think we can all agree that elemental shaman has suffered a lot more
They've
than
suffered
any
some
other class in
expansions.
any other land in any other game on any other planet. Elemental shaman is really like, I could QQ about my Destro all I want to, but elemental shaman is really, these poor guys have been put through the ringer. Epoxis,
You'd have to be
dude,
in-
it's
yeah, you'd have-
happening. Get excited.
You'd have to be in full mythic gear to even be like, a factor, and that's again a fraction of the people that play this game. So they needed to do something by now.
What he talked about is he said for class design there are 3 payoff moments: Earthshock, Lava Burst, single target nuke plus your preparation, then Stormkeeper plus lightning bolts. Those are all meant to feel like really, really big moments when it comes to elemental gameplay, but they end up feeling a little bit watered down. A little bit watered down, a lot of bit watered down. And then regular spells like lightning bolt feel very watered down in comparison. So a failure of raid design is not enough diversity in raid profiles and encounter types. This is an exact quote from Ian. No AoE encounter in Emerald Nightmare like Imps on Manaroth or packs of ads like for Iskar. Those are types of encounters that would make elemental shine and feel super valued because
absolutely.
it's a lot of AoE, right? Same thing for Destro with some of the Destro changes. That's basically, it's a problem for Blizzard. It's not Ellie's fault. Like, let Ellie live. That's kind of messed up. So there should
Make Ellie great again.
Right. There should be
Ellie Alejandro.
the puns. It's so much. So they are addressing that, which is
that's
great.
good.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like we have Epoxis, we have a Coney, we have like a lot of people that are diehard elementals, and I think that this is a testament to when I said, don't play the flavor of the month, just stick with it eventually. And apparently it took several expansions for Blizzard to...
Yeah, but
I'm
even then, like, there was the LFR Blackheart Foundry 4-piece gave you this amazing AoE ability, and like for I forgot all those damn bosses' names by now. The train boss. Tell me, like,
Right.
anyways,
Like a big choo-choo train.
I don't remember
well, anyways,
his name.
it was a huge AoE fight, huge, and I out DPS a Mythic Raider just because of the damn LFR buff, and he was pissed. So ever since then, like, I haven't seen a dramatic burst of damage ever for Elemental, and Elemental to me was fun. I enjoyed it, and your initial burst was fantastic, and then you just went straight down.
I think it's meant that there's a balance that you'll have bosses that you'll excel at more than you will,
course.
any other boss. And I think that they're in the right direction. But I'm really excited for Ellie and also Brewmaster. They've acknowledged Brewmaster is in a bad way, and it's continuing its decline. Like, it's not getting any better for
It just
Brewmasters.
felt so boring.
Well,
I haven't seen one.
They're going to be addressing that.
I seen one today. Me and Velitra's seen Brewmaster Monk today.
They're going to be addressing that today. So what I like,
good.
and that was pretty much, that was almost the entire Q&A. I wanted to go really in depth. The reason being is because I feel like some of the big news gets glossed over for the little news. We all this little stuff, which is not game changing, but it's important to a lot of players. I wanted you guys to know that, like, they're focused on content, guys. Like, they're putting in their work to really make this good. So I am pretty proud to be a part of this game because they're really working hard to continue that driving force into keeping it good. They didn't just settle and be like, okay, we had a great first impression with Legion, now let's go home. Like they're continuing to put
Please
into
don't.
it, and I know, right? Please don't. Can you just?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
they did that
I
with
might have to go
Warlords.
back to like Heroes of the Storm or something.
No, I don't play. I don't do any of those things. But so that was the bulk of the news, and a lot of that was Q&A. I'll step into PTR when it's open, let you guys know the good, the bad, and the ugly, as far as that's concerned. And not a whole lot of other worldly news, but that was the important news, which is.
Why
Very
I
good
watch
news.
this show.
I know,
Yeah.
this is why you get all your news here, Jim. We probably will have known and forgotten more news than we'll ever remember. And when people always ask me, "Hey, Belle, da 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 da," and I'm like, "Oh, we did an episode about this. Gemma was wearing this hat." I really don't remember, and it's just because like we know more than one person should ever know about anything ever. And then stupid things I don't know the answer to, like where's the
I forgot
frickin-
all the bosses' names from last expansion already, for the most part, except like Archimon
Well,
or
I have to make
Blackham.
room for song lyrics. For every new thing I learn, I lose a line in a song for my song lyrics. So I try to not, I'm just kidding, guys.
Why don't you just sing
Well,
us
don't-
a song?
gonna
Like,
say-
give us a song lyric. You're gonna say
No,
what?
I did.
Maybe with helium.
I did all those. Did all your
Say-
mother?
Don't reference Jim's shirt because he wears the same shirt all the time.
This is my little Ragnarok shirt, guys. It's my
And
first
he
pet
doesn't
shirt.
shave.
Oh yeah, how's the mustache coming in, guys? You guys on iTunes are missing this disgusting.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
We just lost 5 subscribers actually on YouTube. Damn it.
Okay, so Lycan, we stole part of your lore segment.
You stole most of it,
Did we?
but that's
steal-
okay. That's
Do
okay.
we still
But
have
it,
another
at least, but it
viable
was worth
segment?
it though.
Well,
It
at
kind
least
of went
short
in with
his-
everything we were talking about.
Okay.
The only other couple things I really want to touch on with it is some of the bosses that we might actually get to see. Like I was saying about Tichondrius, he's such a huge dreadlord that's so in depth with the lore. Especially with the Scourge War and things of that. I mean, hell, there's a whole realm named after him. Those are some of the bosses I know we're going to see. The only question that I've had actually with a couple of other people is, are we actually going to face finally Sargeras during this point? And I don't know that I've had a couple people ask me that. I said, since we're going to Argus, is this the end of the Titan Lord? Are we finally going to see the end of him? I can't see going further and him finally saying, "Okay, guys, I'm done." And I don't know if we're going to be able to cleanse him, because I think maybe that's also a possibility where we can go to if we go in and we take out all of the demons and we start killing the demons off. Are we going to be able to actually cleanse Sargeras to where he comes back as a good Titan again? Because remember, he got corrupted the first time. This was the defender of
Do
all
we have the
worlds.
power to be able to do that of someone of his magnitude?
Would it be like saying this? I mean, if your finger hurts because you have a splinter in it, no matter how much pain medicine you're going to take, you're still going to hurt because you have a splinter in your damn finger. Take the
not that
splinter
bad.
out, and it might feel better. And that's the same thing going on with Sargeras. Are we ever going to get the chances to cleanse him if the demons still run amok as they are now? It was really that twisting nether demon corruption that got to him, that corrupted his mind, that got him to see that the universe was not worth saving. So it is. I can't see. I've talked about it before of possible Azeroth hatching. If Azeroth hatches, yeah, we're all dead, or we're
True.
off Azeroth forever, and that would be the end of WoW. Because can you imagine a WoW of not seeing Orgrimmar or Stormwind or all these places that we've explored? Yeah, I mean, we spent those expansions off world with like Outland and Draenor, but I can't imagine them saying, "Okay, that's it, the world's over."
Right.
And I can't imagine them getting rid of the Titan, without getting rid of Azeroth either. So it's a possibility that we. And I'm really going out on a limb here and putting a tinfoil hat on, but it's a possibility that that's where we're heading to. Maybe it's a cleansing of Sargeras' spirit to bring him back. I mean, Azeroth we know is a she. I mean, this could lead us into, a future of the rebuilding of the Titans. Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we would have now 2 Titans to repopulate that race.
Whoa. What are we talking about? We just changed it all up to PWNCAST After Dark.
Sargeras might get funky with the Maelstrom. That's all I'm saying. There is a hole.
It's a really. It'd be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, no?
Sargeras is
Probably.
pretty big. Giggity.
That's so awkward. So awkward.
I mean, I found two places in Chronicles that were interesting. I mean,
Did they
part
talk
of
about
what-
repopulating in holes?
No, they sure didn't. I just seen pictures. That's all I looked
Oh
for.
my.
Whoa. I didn't realize it was that kind of book.
Oh my.
Mhm.
Which one?
Yeah. Ancient Kalimdor.
Kalimdor?
Kalimdor, excuse me.
Okay.
You know, everyone says different. And
It's all right, Bill. It's all right, Bill. I got you.
yeah. And where was the other one? Oh, they had damn it, where's the damn picture? I was flipping through it and I was listening to you the whole time. And even Dire Mall, back when what it used to be, you know, the highborn city of Eldrith Dallas.
Right.
It looks cool. Maybe something later on that could possibly happen. I would like to know what the hell happened to Dire Mall. Get what I'm saying? So,
Right. And I don't think, I mean, I'm really trying to rack my brain here to think if I don't think there's a book that explains the whole Dire Mall situation.
not that I know.
I know there's talks about it when was it Burl Bearmantle and Varian used to fight there in the gladiator arenas.
Right.
You know, because
See,
that
that's
was when he
stuff's
was
interesting, you know, and you know, I don't know.
I would like to see them actually, and that's where I think they missed out again with the whole Caverns of Time. Those things would be ideal to go back. Go back and see
make that a
and Burl.
scenario.
Right.
Oh,
Or even
that would be
a 5-man.
fantastic. Oh,
Go
yeah.
back
Oh,
and see.
fair enough. Yeah.
Go back and see Burl Bearmantle and Logos, you know, King Varian and Rin fighting side by side, and Valyria Sanguinar right there
That'd
with
be
them. The three of them
sweet.
used to fight together. You know, here you got a night elf, you have a human, and you have a blood elf that used to fight together inside an arena. And there are a lot more things like that we can see, and there have always been foreshadowing, and that's where I've really been going back to the old books to see where we're heading to, because even if you read Storm Rage, which was out right before Cataclysm, during Storm Rage, and sorry if you've not read the book yet, but it's been out for a couple years, but
your fault.
yeah, Malfurion and Tyrande, they're trying to fight off the Nightmare, and one of the places he actually goes ahead, grabs Tyrande, and they teleport, and when they finally rematerialize, she's looking around her in Zinashari. With Zinashari is Ashara. You know, that was the place of the Night Elves, Suramar. And they directly reference Suramar in the book. You know, there are a lot of places that they've hinted to in the past. And like I've always said too, they don't just say, okay, it's the end of Legion, where are we going to next? It's the end of Mr. Pandera. Oh, let's go ahead and go to Warlords. No, they've known about these places 2 expansions, maybe 3 expansions prior.
Right.
Of where we're heading. You know,
Well, they have to.
Right.
You would really need to
Yeah, they have
have
this
a
giant
storyboard.
storyboard ready.
Yeah, you would need to know. I mean, that's like
Because like I picked my outfit out for the entire week, so
I don't, but I mean that's.
I don't. I'm kidding, but
You would
it out when I
strike
wake
me
up.
as the guy that would do that, though. If anybody
I used to
here in
do
this
that.
room would
It's
do that,
confirmed Secret Sauce has more hats than me. Like,
I don't. Well, that's probably true as well.
no, it is 100% true. I roomed
you
with
were
this
at
guy.
his house, or
I-
no,
Just
it was
based
BlizzCon.
on what he would leave his house with, that tells me he has even more at home. Like, I brought hats, but he brought more hats. Like,
here's
I come prepared.
here's something I'd like to see us, and I think it would actually fit us towards the old gods, is going back to Zandalar. Going actually visiting Zandalar. We've never actually visited it itself.
I looked at that picture
you just
too.
kill their
so-
war scouts and take their insignia stuff from the war scouts.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing. We don't, and they've said this at BlizzCon, we don't know, or they said something about Vol'jin coming back. In some way, shape, or form.
Well,
He will be back.
doesn't he go to what is it? The Lua?
Loa.
Loa, isn't that's like a spirit world essentially, right? They don't die; they
Right.
just go to a different realm, per
Right.
se.
Right. And if you know, if let's go back to lore that's dealing with the Sunken Temple. The Sunken Temple, they were trying to res Hakar.
Yep.
Hakar was this wind serpent spirit, god type thing that is very feared. I mean, it's feared amongst pretty much every tribe, but especially the trolls.
Yep.
And some actually believe, and I'm kind of on that same wavelength, is that this is actually a child or a creation of the old gods. So there is that whole fan theory out there that it is possibly a creation of the old gods or a spawn of the old gods. So Zandalar would be perfect to go back to.
Why do
We've
we
never
call them
visited.
the old gods? Is there new gods?
So when all right, so when the
Valid,
Titans came
am I
out,
the only one that's ever thought to ask this
No.
question?
they were the original gods.
So why don't we just call them gods? Is there new gods that replace the old
Yes.
gods? There are new
Elune.
gods.
Elune is a new god.
Oh, okay.
She's the
Oh.
goddess of the moon.
Oh, okay.
The Earth Mother, which
I'm
some
not
people
super
say is
lore
actually
Z,
no.
so I.
You have the Earth Mother, which is worshipped by the Tauren. They believe that this is their god,
And we don't
So
know
there
where the
are
old
different
gods
out
went.
there. Right. Well, no, we do.
We do.
Some of the other new gods before is Cenarius is a new god. He's a god of nature.
Can I
Ursa.
apply to be a god? Like, is there a list where you can put your hat in the ring for said godship, or like
That's
what?
the
Get,
title
what?
after we get
Why
up
are
our
they
artifacts.
gods? Is there a thing that they have to do to become a god? Is there a great feat?
No, I mean these things are like let's take Cenarius for example. Cenarius isn't an actual form, but he is. He kind of lives in between two different planes of existence at the same time. So Cenarius can travel between the physical world, the dream world, and some other plane of existence where there have been times like during during the Emerald Nightmare, when they were going to look for him in Storm Rage, where they could not find him in the Emerald Nightmare and couldn't sense him, and he couldn't, because what's his name? Malfurion was able to connect with the Emerald Nightmare and Azeroth. He reached out to find Cenarius, and he was nowhere to be found. He was not in the Emerald Nightmare. He was not in Azeroth, because he was able to tap into both energies. So there's another plane of existence where he exists. Same thing as his son, Remulos, and I can't remember what his brother's name is, but Ursoc is another one. Those are demigods, but they're along the same lines. Now the old gods are actually trapped inside of Azeroth. So what happened is the Titans went out looking for more of their kind, and they found a bunch of them, and they kept gathering them up. When they got to Azeroth, they found it already corrupted by these old gods, ones that were existing on Azeroth, but they could not be removed and they couldn't get taken out. So they were imprisoned inside of Azeroth. Yogg-Saron was built underneath of Aldwar. Cthulhu underneath of Ahn'Qiraj. There's the only old god they were actually able to remove was Yrsharj. And by doing so, remember, we had the whole Shaw issue. Because as we ripped him out, there was a festering wound that was left there, and we never really killed him because we had the heart for such a long time. So the old gods are still here. Enzoth is another one. Enzoth, Yogg-Saron, Cthulhu, Yrsharj, and there's a fifth one that's not named yet. And some people say it might be under Tearsfall, because there's mad whisperings under there. And if you've done the Shadow Priest quest line, you go underneath the Tearsfall to go looking for and it's all shadow touch down there. There's a bunch of shadow shit. Yep. So there's a lot of the old gods are just gods that have been here since Azeroth's ordering, since it was started, and they cannot get rid of them. So it is a possibility that by going to Argus, by tapping, especially going to Argus, if we're able to cleanse that, it's a possibility that if we're able to bring back Velen back to Argus, he might be able to tell us, look, here's all the vast libraries that are there. This is how you can cleanse Azeroth. We don't know. We don't know what treasures await us at Argus. So, like I said, that's why I keep coming back to thinking it might be an old god expansion. Just because there's so many things we haven't seen. The Zandalari have ties to the old gods. We have them just sitting there. We see Enzoth coming out through the Emerald Nightmare through Il'gynoth. So we know they're there. We've never killed Yogg-Saron. He's still down there somewhere. Right. We poked friggin' Cthulhu in the eyeball a couple times. That was all we did. But we still haven't fought them. So, I don't know. I'd like to see maybe I'm hoping that's where we're coming after Argus, is coming back here, heading into the Shadowlands, heading into the Old Gods territories. And there's still the Void Lords. The Void Lords are above the Old Gods.
Sure.
We haven't even met them. There's a greater evil out there than.
Did you say Void Lords? Because I have one.
No, not Void Walkers. Void Lords.
No, mine's a Void Lord. Mine is a Void Lord.
Not the same.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Not the same.
I have the beefed up version of the Void Walker. He's the Void Lord.
Yeah.
He's the big daddy.
That's one word. These are Void Lords, 2 words, and they're
got it.
Yeah, they're like
That's what she said.
they are the evil of evil. They are what some people think are actually the corrupted Naru, because we have the Naru that we know are now the embodiment of light. It is a possibility that the Void Lords are the embodiment of shadow, and it'll be neat to actually finally face that. I mean, if you think about it, we still have another at least 5 or 6 expansions before we could finish off the whole story of Azeroth. And
this week on PWNCAST episode 254, new expansion
only a
announced.
couple years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
true.
yeah, it'll be neat.
Weirder
I
things have
think
happened. We've predicted the future before, ladies and gentlemen. I want to just take you all back to pre-BlizzCon. I'm a BlizzCon group admin, and we created the BlizzCon 2017 group in July. And there was a post in there from July that said who will be the closing band, and Weird Al was what I selected, which made it really funny. I went back and I looked and I was like, "Oh, I totally was fortuitous with my clicking." I did.
I was pretty vocal about not liking that choice, but it was
Did you enjoy it?
it was such a good sit down concert. Like, I was like front row for Linkin Park, and like I said, I was vocal about Weird Al. There's a lot of new songs that I didn't realize he did. He put on a show. He has a voice that carries, and like Lycan said, we all just had like a good time kind of listening to.
sleeping
We
while
we
you guys were
did.
doing
We
all
were
that.
missing out somebody, but it is what it is.
I
Well,
was
you
sleeping.
should
I'm not going
up.
to commentate on who wasn't
I
there.
was sleeping, and I don't go for the concert. I go for all the other things, and I really needed my sleep, but I don't.
Wait,
feel
Like
wait.
looking over at Secret Sauce when he was looking at the projector, and he said "Yabba Dabba Doo" now, and he kind of did a smirk, and then I didn't know he did Canadian Idiot, which was hilarious. He came out with a Canadian tuxedo,
Gemma Banks, Secret Sauce. You guys were there last year with us, right?
right?
No, Secret
No,
Sauce was
Secret
not.
wasn't. No, this was his
Gemma
rookie-
was last year. Gemma,
Right.
Yeah.
Where was Belle at during the Linkin Park concert?
front row.
Front row.
I feel
she
like
don't go
that
for
was
the show.
her way.
No, when you
Well, I
say
feel like-
front row, I was not in the front row. I was up against the stage with Chester standing right over me, sweating, all in the vicinity of where I was at. I wasn't in the front row. I was against the stage. Like,
Chester?
here's the stage, Chester Benningfield. Here's the stage, here's me. I'm literally like, I could reach out and touch his pants. So I wasn't front
Which is
row.
front-
I was,
That's basically front row.
No.
I was, no. There was no front row. I was against the stage.
Okay, now everybody look at her expression
I
and
don't-
look at her smile
I don't feel bad for
and
that.
tell me that she doesn't go sometimes to the
No,
concert.
I feel like she
no,
said
but
that.
I did, of course, but
I think when she said that, she also meant like she wasn't
Right.
as excited for Weird Al
Right.
either, so it didn't ruin her
Right.
BlizzCon.
right.
Like,
That's
I mean,
my-
I didn't
wasn't super sad.
anticipate. I wanted to go watch the Heroes Finals. I really wanted to see that. However, we had our entire group there for the concert,
hanging out.
subtracting Belle. Because she wasn't feeling good. She needed sleep.
No,
whatever
I
the
wasn't-
case is,
I was
whatever-
feeling fine. I
whatever
just
bullshit
wanted a
she
freaking
wants
nap.
to tell
I'm
all of
old.
you guys listening.
I'm old.
know.
I needed a nap, guys.
Anyways, I had a good time. I stayed for the whole thing. I kept saying I was gonna go leave, but I stayed, and I enjoyed it. Next year, I'm not gonna lie. If there's a live concert and the Heroes Finals again, I'm gonna go watch.
I think
the
that they
finals.
should enforce. I think Blizzard should do their scheduling better, and I think that they shouldn't force you to have to choose between something like a final and a concert. I do
Right.
think
Well, that's
that
why they
should.
asked for a third day, but also the people who ran it kind of chuckled. They're like, man, we've been working all week because they set up before, like a week in advance, but it would be nice to have another day to. I missed a lot of the finals and championships too, as well, based on doing other things also. So it'd be nice to have another day to stretch out our vacation, but we're greedy. So
Well, we take
Yeah.
a whole week, so I mean.
I was there Monday to
And
Monday.
did. Okay, moving on because I seriously need to time keep because it's going to be the longest episode ever.
Yeah, you're
Now,
fired.
it's interesting because I don't see anything in the notes section for the show notes for
And I tried to warn him today. I
anyone's
did.
segment
I
except
said last
for
night.
Lycan.
Listen, I said last night, one, we shouldn't be doing this on the show. Two, I said before I got off, I'll copy and paste what I have, and I pasted it before I went to bed.
I got
So I
no
did.
paste. I have nothing. There's nothing in the show notes for this
Nothing.
week whatsoever.
So
I couldn't remember what I was going to tell you. So.
You know why I call
don't
you out?
need to
I call
troll
you out
you.
so that your listeners and viewers will keep you honest and make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. So for those of you listening and or watching, tweet at Jimma Banks to please paste his notes into the show
I
notes.
word I did last night before I shut it off. If it didn't save, it didn't
It-
save. So I'm
it
well
sa-
prepared and well
It
versed
saves
in the format.
automatically the second you click
So,
it.
right. So I don't understand. I said last night. Anyways, I should play along. And
I'm
just
going to look at
extend it
the
something
future
longer.
weeks because I bet you it was at a different one. Anyway, I just like calling
Oh,
you out.
maybe I did. Maybe I did actually. So
So if you're
anyways,
listening, tweet
cutting
at
fell
Jimma
off.
Banks.
I need my mute button. This is where my private or time with the viewers is now, right? I wish I could mute you guys, right? That'd be awesome. Click. So a lot of good news. I mean, I'm happy anyway, right? We mentioned Mischief, new pet in the store. What kind of pet is it going to be? Undead, magic? Those are my two guesses.
It looks like a fell.
It's a fell kitty, so I'm assuming magic, question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be magic with undead abilities. or undead with magic and undead abilities. You'll know very soon. Obviously, cool pet. Belle's getting me one for Christmas. Thank you so much. Brawlers Guild is back. Very minor information, but you can get your clock and pet if you don't already have it. And they mentioned, and we did talk about it briefly last week in the Warcraft Q&A. Someone asked about pet battle content, and they responded saying potential pet battle dungeon. Made me smile from ear to ear. In a way, I picture it like the Celestial Tournament, right? You could walk in, fight a couple big bosses. Maybe I can't see there being pet tamers or master tamers in a dungeon, but there's just so many different ways they could go about it. And I have a feeling you'll fight like bigger boss monsters that will take 3 pets to kill. And once those pets are dead, they're gone. That's what I assume. We don't know yet because it's a question mark. Lycan, you have something to say?
No, go ahead.
I'll wait till after your segment, but he is dirty, FYI.
Oh,
You
no.
delete, I don't care.
He did. He took your notes out. He did. 'cause
No, I had found them.
Oh, you.
But go ahead.
Okay.
Another reason why we shouldn't bring these things up, because then I'm well versed. Even if I didn't, I could freestyle a pet battle segment to make all the viewers and listeners happy. So thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. So exciting for a big type of celestial tournament because it's difficult and it means more guides for me or more theory crafting with different pets. And with a lot of these new pets and legions, they have unique abilities as well. So I have a feeling some of these pets are going to be key to beating maybe some of these pet bosses or future pet tamers. So not only that, I get back and I didn't start the Falcosaur quest chain until coming back from BlizzCon. And when my first impression of these pets, I was like, meh, they just look like whatever. But when you look closer, they look awesome. I like the color schemes of them. And there's 4 of them, and you just go ahead and get them. And then once you level the chosen one to 25, you get a bunch of quests, right? Each day is a different quest. So the first one was level 2, level 25. The next day was bring them to Stormwind to introduce them to humans. Then I had to battle 3 owls in High Mountain. And then today was do 5 world quests in High Mountain. Make sure you have the pet out. I completed 3 quests and didn't get credit because the pet wasn't out. So that's cool. And they look really cool, and you will eventually get a mount from them, from that specific one that you select. So I like the kind of different pet battle content. Again, my first impression was meh, whatever, but it's been more fun than I thought. So go get your Falcosaurs and choose wisely for the first set of quests you're doing.
I did confirm that you can do all of them.
Nice. So all 4 of them, it isn't like locked. We were debating or wondering if the first quest chain that you go through, do you just have that pet, but you can get all 4 of them. But they really look good, and they're good for PvP pet battles as well. Belle did get one. Hers is more of a power version. It hits really hard. Mine's a faster version. So getting the more powerful one can be good as well because flying pets have double the speed if above 50% health. So you can get a bunch of powerful hits attacking first with the one that Belle chose. So
Jim?
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you, how do you actually start the pet? Because I've done so many of the quest line or the world quest, but I've never got the pet.
And I was a little late, I didn't read into it as either, right? So I didn't know. And then I did see a guide. She's got you. She's going to have a guide up on the PWNCAST YouTube channel very quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But we'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. In each zone, there's specific spots where there is a world quest, and it'll indicate that it's a Falcosaur or whatever. But anyways, you finish that world quest. It's killing a bunch of things to get the 100% completion bar. once you do that, you just kill the mother or whatever, and then there's a spot where the pet is to like talk to it. Go ahead, Belle.
You don't have to complete it. You don't have to
you
get
just go and
100%.
kill the mother?
It's the matriarch, and she spawns in the same spot on all 4 zones. And once you kill her, you have to locate the orphan using a macro /target orphan, and you can fight. He's usually like relatively close. It's not too far from where the matriarch's at. You have to have certain berries. There's 4 different kinds of food that you get from each zone. You buy it in Dalaran. So for High Mountain, Stormheim, Asuna, and Val'Shara, I think it's Val'Shara, you have that certain food, and you'll when you have the orphan, you feed the orphan, and then he becomes your pet, and then you basically pull him out, Giggity, and he'll give you the beginning quest sign.
I think that target macro is good advice too, because it is very small, right? Like on certain guides, it'll tell you where to go, but that target macro will definitely work. So it's just cool, unique, pet battle content. I had the pleasure of leveling up my Knight Captain Murky and my Legionnaire Murky, one on the Horde side, one on the Alliance side, and they're awesome. They also have a cool ability called Shield Storm, which will put a shield on all 3 pets, basically absorbing a hit for each pet, so you can sub in and out safely, or just kind of get an advantage on your opponent using that. And they both have a cool for the Horde and for the Alliance ability. So kind of just unique abilities, and they look amazing. Like they're updated Murlocs. They look way better than the previous ones, and they got some awesome, Horde and Alliance armor. Just kind of going over just so much pet battle content for me. Like I'm excited as a pet battler, and we've talked about raiding with leashes for multiple weeks in a row. And I mentioned I'm lazy. I just bought 13 of the 16, literally all from the auction house. And I shared a little bit with Lycan. Lycan shared with me. We kind of were able to get some of the pets. But the really expensive ones, if you guys want to go farm and make a lot of gold, the Creeping Tentacle drops off Yogg-Saron. So right at the end of Ulduar, probably why it's so expensive. They're going for like 20,000 gold. I saw one for 14,000 before the show, but I won't pay that as much as, I want to complete the achievement. I won't. Also, the Drudge Ghoul, that reminds me of Lycan because of all the DK abilities it has. Very cool pet. I want to battle with it, but it drops off Lich King, and they're
Probably
showing
the same
for
reason.
Yeah, 30, last boss, 35,000 gold. People are trying to make their gold while they can. And soon I'll have it complete, but I'm not paying that for them. So if you want to farm some of those pets, you can still make thousands of gold. I probably paid, 3,000 to 6,000 gold for each individual pet. So you can make a lot of bank if you do those. And Belle asked me last week, which was my favorite from them, and I really couldn't pick. Visually, I really like the Ironbound Proto-Whelp. It looks just like the Ironbound Proto-Drake. Looks cool. So that's my favorite as far
Where's that one from?
From the auction house. You just search Ironbound Proto-Whelp.
No.
Where's it from?
It's
Which
the one.
boss?
It's the damn dragon boss in Ulduar.
Oh, Sindragosa. Oh no,
No.
Ulduar. Excuse me.
Oh, it's gonna kill me. While you're finishing your segment, I'll find it.
Yeah, I like to just mute Lycan on that one. If you're gonna talk during my segment, you better know the answer.
Razor scale.
Razor scale. Thank you for your help. No, I like you, Lycan. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. But just a lot of exciting pet battle content. Go get your Falcosaurs because they don't look as corny as they first did originally. They look awesome, and enjoy your day.
I have the coordinates for the matriarch and for all the orphans, if anybody needs them before tomorrow. But tomorrow I should have my guide finished out. I was waiting for something. I had what I needed, and I'll do the voiceover for the video, and I'll complete out the guide. The Wowhead has lots of players that put comments in, but it's really difficult to find what you're looking for. I got sick of trying to filter through all the comments, so I'm just going to do it all in one place. But it should be, I should have it out by tomorrow for those of you who want to do the cha-cha and get all that stuff, because I did the legwork on it too.
I like pet battle video content done by ladies.
It's not really pet battle. That's your kind of, I don't like to step on your... I needed your help to do the pet battles for...
Well, it's not...
The pet, because that's not my...
I know you're not doing it for pet battles, but it's a lot of people have similar questions to Lycan. When I looked at it as well, I asked a fellow pet battler where to start it, right? So I knew where it was, but I always half-assed look at things, and I'm like, I'll figure it out later. So
Yeah.
You would never do such a thing.
But I always have a
Never.
segment. How embarrassing, guys. I'm sorry for all you viewers. We had to delay your show by 5 minutes for nonsense.
It was there. It just was
Hey,
on
if it
November
makes you feel
28th
better,
show.
Secret Sauce doesn't have a segment in there either, and he told me he had one. So
no,
don't
no.
feel
I
bad.
said I would try to remember.
See?
He
what-
was not going to be the
I
only
didn't-
No
one. You weren't going
believes
to be
you,
the only
Belle.
one I was
I'm
going to
gonna
call
stand
out.
up. No, Belle's
called
lying.
myself out.
Belle lies to you guys sometimes.
No, I
you know,
don't
she's
ever lie.
I told you
don't.
I found yours. It was November 28th show.
Well, at least we know that it was there. The jury's still out. I think you guys are covering for each other.
Maybe.
Belle's a liar.
You owe me that $20.
I am many things,
American.
and there are a lot of really big names that you could call me, but definitely a liar is not in that bucket of
Then
fuckery.
why are your pants on fire?
I don't even have pants on. Dig that.
Me neither. You want me to show you?
Oh
No,
my. Oh my.
No, we'd get kicked off YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's really awkward. Secret, did you? It's okay if you don't, because
No. Raid went well. I'm probably gonna just do my weekend well now while I'm at it. You know, just do it all at once.
Oh.
throw a kink in everything, shall we? Let's just all go freaking crazy.
Senior?
No, I mean the only thing I do have is for anyone that is raiding, you know, raid leads, you know, regardless of your mythic, casual, heroic, whatever group you're a part of, just remember patience, guys. Everyone's on a different level. We have fantastic, real hardcore raiders where we have the casual. Hey, like, I can kind of put myself in that casual category too because I don't have the luxury of being on as much as I used to, thanks to my good old job and bills and whatnot. But just taking into consideration that some people aren't always on the same level, and it just takes time. It takes, of all things, again, patience, and you know, don't undermine people. I go through this shit every day at work, and I try not to have it come home. Essentially, is what it is, you know, because this here is home as well. World of Warcraft's another home for me, you know, like everybody else. Well, you're part of it. You're there. Belle's there. Jimma was there yesterday. Yeah, and you know, just food for thought. Just it's typing. Some people don't type. Some people don't talk. You know, some people don't say shit, and we don't know how you're really feeling at the end of the day. And I mean, I do because I get spams from at least 20 different people about how the raid went and stuff like that. So if you're a progressing raid team, if you're a casual raid team and stuff like that, just use that, take it for what it is, and just I want to say be professional about it, but it's kind of what it comes down to because it is what it is. Yeah, you're kind of mute. Good job, buddy.
Did I mute?
Oh, she is. I thought she
Seriously?
was like waiting for her
I
moment.
thought you
No,
were like,
I was gonna say the other advice that I would give is move the fucking blades out of the middle of the fucking raid, okay? If you're on Xavius and you don't move the blades out of the freaking raid, I'm not going to be professional. I'm going to lose my shit and have a fucking meltdown.
I did too. So I mean,
I love you
Secret
all.
Sauce swore.
I love you all, but seriously, the blades, arrow, port, lock, gate, easy, there for your enjoyment. Click the fucking button and go to the side of the room. That's all I have to say about that.
That block portal was way too far for me. I had to run all the
Well,
way
you're
over there.
melee.
then
I
click
can't
it.
help you. Normally, when we have teal soiled, it's easier because there's 2 lock portals, one for melee, and
Right.
one for range. But yeah, just blades.
oh,
Don't
man.
run it through the middle of the fucking raid. That's all. I just wanted to add that on to his
better?
reading segment. Yes, I do. I didn't yell like I wanted to because I didn't want the guild. I had already yelled at the guild about talking about things that were not raid related when we're trying to pull and focus. So I didn't. My family had to hear that because it was on push to talk.
Secrets hurt a lot for me tonight because as I a couple times I went to hit the button to say something right, I'm like, nope, I better whisper. And I kept, can you please tell the ranged? Can you
Yeah.
please tell the melee?
No, but at the same time, like, and it's something that Bell brought up. But address the tanks, address the raid lead. Whatever the case is, don't just spam. This,
Right.
that, everything else. Like, you have 10 different people talking about mechanics, and I take everything that people say into consideration. I had other people messaging me, and I'm like, hey, that's something that I didn't catch. Maybe Belle's seen it, but she forgot, or and Lycan did it. Jimma was over there, hatching an egg. It is what it is. But I don't know. That's something that worked out great tonight for us, and so for the other people that are out there rating, if you're a DPS and you see something, let your raid lead know.
Let them
don't
know
just
privately.
yeah, just hey, I noticed this. Maybe you want to just let other people, and don't just address a single person. Like we've done it. Like I've had to do it. Like, and it's not fun. It's not. If it comes down to you're gonna have to single somebody out for being stupid. Not stupid.
Multiple
but,
times.
Derp. Right.
Multiple
and,
times.
Yeah, we'll go derp.
Can I?
And
I was going to say, can I add? Because especially when your guild master goes, can we do dragons before we do Ursoc? And the raid lead and this is the guild master, and the raid lead goes, no.
I was just like, I messaged him on Facebook after that, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood for your bullshit right now. I'm not in the mood for your bullshit.
No.
But when you do it privately, the problem with doing it publicly in a voice comm is that gives other people in your raid team the impression that the banter is open, the talking floor is open for discussion. It's not. It's not the whole raid team to make that decision. It's your tanks and it's your raid lead, maybe a healer, your heal lead. But when you start having that open banter in front of the raid, we spend 30 minutes with people like, oh, I was in a pug where we did this. I love you, but no one cares what you did in a pug.
I hope you and Remedies take the same advice for RBGs. Oh,
privately, it's super important. Oh, RBGs, I don't have a PM. There's no private message, but Sauce is a good. It's a good rule of thumb. If you're struggling with too much people feeling like they're taking ownership of that raid, you need to shut that down and have them private message. Like I told everybody, private message. Secret. He's the raid lead. If you have something you want to say about it, PM him. That way it's taken privately versus the whole class feeling like they have a say in it. Because at the end of the day, the whole raid doesn't have a say, guys. It just is what it is. It's the raid lead and the tanks.
And tonight, it worked out.
It did. It was so great. The banter,
it was a lot of fucking people. I'm not going to lie, but...
We had 30. We had a 30-man. But the banter, when people are talking about what they had for dinner and all these things, I fall victim to it too. Sometimes I talk more than I should. But it makes it so unfocused, and there's so many voices... I'm feeling like valid. Before I took my medication when we're in raid because there's so many voices in my head. Just kidding.
They're telling me to do something.
They're telling you to shave is what they're telling you.
Damn.
I will for next episode. We'll have a full-on mustache. Jimmy
Everybody
Banks
thinks that like our banter is like not really who we are, and it's really funny. Like people that met us at BlizzCon or people that have hung out with us and they're like, wow, you guys really are like that. Yeah, Jim is like my brother. He tried to pinch me like 12 times at BlizzCon, and I'm like, you stop trying to pinch me.
I wanted to more. I just wanted to set the tone that you can get pinched.
You love, guys. When you love completely. And I thought I would only have one soulmate, and I have several others. I like to spread myself around. You know how I do.
You hate me.
It's official. Jim had told me he loved me. We're on that level. Yeah.
I did.
He did. We're all official.
It's out there.
We're all.
It was like an emotional goodbye. Like I don't say I don't know if I am a robot, but my feelings don't get out there that often. So she'll casually always say love you, bye, or whatever, and I'm like, bye, and I never say. So I
say I love you when I end any conversation with any of all of my friends, male and female. The reason being is you never know when that next time you step outside of your house and you get hit by a bus. These are just things that are unforeseen, and I like everybody to know, even if I'm mad at you and I want to punch you in the face, I want you to know that I love you, because I want that to be the last thing you heard from me versus anything else.
And it meant more at BlizzCon because Final Destination was happening and people might have almost died at every half hour something bad happened to somebody.
Where you worry about Belle is whenever she starts the conversation off, I love you. And you're going, oh shit.
That means I'm going to say things that are going to make you not love me. Literally.
The good news for me, it's always been at the end of the conversation. So
it's important that people know, even in moments of disagreement or in gaming, especially when things get heated, whether you're RBGing or and with us, because of what we do, sometimes it's frustrating. We don't always love each other. We don't always have the same creative vision. It's important that just people around you in general just know that no matter what, I love you. I might want to set you on fire, and I'm probably plotting to do so. But I love you, and I will pull you from the burning building that I set on fire, because I don't want you to die. I just want you to burn just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Just a tip.
Does anybody want a roommate with me at BlizzCon?
China, right?
Just kidding.
You just lost all your friends.
I know, I have none now. I am going to forego Bell's Bites. I do have a really good Bell's Bites, but I'm going to wait till next week because I want to be able to do the week in WoW, and we had so much content. You guys aren't going to miss it, I promise. But I did PvP this week, guys, so lots to talk about. I did. I PvP'd a lot, so lots to talk about next week because I had a fucking blast. So, week in WoW.
Chaos.
He's precious. He's the precious. Lycan, what did you and Murky do in WoW this week?
Oh, this Murky?
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying last week was the week I was kissing Murky, but no,
There
Murky's
was
34, so
There was
I wouldn't.
tongue.
It was his tongue. Anyway,
Don't matter.
Lots of PvPing. I actually got to do some PvPing with Mr. Jimma Banks and Mr. Hots for Shots. They blessed me with their presence, and he goes, "You were my first choice, yet they had to kick out a warrior that they pugged to bring into the group. So I obviously wasn't their first choice."
I PST'd you when you were AFK, and then you were gone. We ran and with a couple other melees, and I saw Lycan. Sorry, continue your weekend. WoW.
I was just used to just like my lore segment. I thought you were going to interrupt this. I interrupted your pet segment, so it's all good. Outside of that, I started leveling the Shadow Priest and went, nope, can't do it. Started leveling the Warlock, and I actually like the Warlock. Affliction is so much fun, and I am running Affliction.
Bye.
It is fun. I'm very undergeared. I need to get a lot of BOEs because I think I'm doing like 10,000 DPS at level 100, and it really sucks. So I think I got like 588 gear on that. I forgot to run it through the invasions when it was out.
Right.
But Affliction is a blast, and they're hard to kill. So I think I'll really enjoy playing Affliction.
There you go.
Nice.
You're muted.
You're a DK, that's why you like Affliction.
Oh, it's because hero class, and
I mean,
that's got to be the hero
it's the
spec
same
of-
thing with rolling your forehead against the keys. Affliction and DK play the same way in that regard. So it's natural that you would like Affliction because you are, in fact, easy to play class.
All right, let's talk about Destruction Warlocks. Let me tell you how happy I get when I see a Destruction Warlock and I'm PvPing.
I kill DKs
Because
all
you
day long. All
I interrupt
day
one
long.
of your Chaos Bolts and you're fucked.
I kill DKs all day long. What I do
That's
struggle
fine.
with,
Not
I
this
struggle
DK.
with Demon Hunters, though. I do struggle with Demon Hunters, but I kill DKs all day long.
I've been in the underbelly doing a lot of work there, and I'm in
Underbelly is not real PvP. That's bullshit. Don't
But
even
no,
get
I'm
me on a
halfway.
rant.
I'm halfway through. No, I'm trying to get the Rascallion mount. I'm halfway
Oh.
through. I've got 10,000 of them. I do go down there in blood spec because
Because that's
Frost-
what chumps do. They go down there in blood spec.
Let me. Excuse me. What spec did I run today, Mr. Jimmy Banks? What did I run today?
You ran
And,
Frost.
and who had most of the time had top DPS between me and Hots?
You should, but yes,
Thank you.
Tanks don't
So
belong
anyway.
in PvP.
Back to what I was saying.
Although he did ask, Jimma, should I go tank
I
with Frost?
hate
And
you
I'm like,
that you would ask to go
And I'm
tank
like,
in
what do you mean?
arenas.
I'm like Frost, and he's like, yeah, but I could survive. I'm like, you're going DPS. I don't care which DPS.
Wait, you did say something. Bell would kill us if you went tank in arenas.
No, I said it's an irrelevant.
Battlegrounds, it is needed though. I do see the need for it in Battlegrounds.
There's
but-
just no. It's bad.
As a tank, even solo, like doing world quests and everything like that, I'm damn near impossible to kill in tanks. And I think there is a place where I know Battlegrounds. There might be a place in threes, but no, go DPS, go triple DPS or a DPS healer.
Battlegrounds, they are needed. Flag carrying maps.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're definitely a tank is preferred. Actually, it sucks when
And-
we don't have one. So
The survivability right now of blood tanks is ridiculous. Yeah, they're damn near hard to
because
kill.
they're the hero
almost
class.
possible. They are the only hero class that WoW will ever introduce.
You're more fun to PvP with on your hunter, though.
I am, and I cannot level the hunter.
You have more fun on your hunter when you PvP. You have a
Well, I
lot
have-
more fun.
Actually,
I remember that.
last expansion, yes. This expansion, I'm having a blast with the DK.
Good.
Especially
why?
doing arenas. And I actually had a life outside of World of Warcraft this week. I have a Lycan original. Look at that.
That's right.
Can I purchase that?
I'm thinking about selling it on
$50 gold.
eBay.
Is that finger painting?
No, it's actually actual paint. My wife and I went on a date Saturday night.
Oh,
Did you guys do like a couples painting thing?
It was her birthday, and her dad and stepmother
Like it's
invited us
standing on the
out, and yeah, we went with painting with a twist and sat there and drank wine and got the paint and
Gay?
yeah, it was gay.
Oh,
was fun,
that's
though.
good though. Ish deserves it. She's a good woman.
But that is the
Yes.
original first lichen painting that's going to go up on eBay.
so we'll
and
auction it
support her.
off. I'm in.
I'm
I
gonna
don't think we
auction
should
it
sell
off.
it. I think we should put it in the PWNCAST museum as a monument. You know,
no.
a dollar value isn't always going to
That's-
replace the sentimental value of.
You don't
Money
understand.
always
That's how-
wins over sentiment. Hello, what century
Right.
are you in?
How do you think I'm going to BlizzCon next year? I'm going to sell that thing, that $5-6 grand for that thing. Easy.
Yeah, easy money.
It's a lichen original.
You're right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll bid
Well,
right
you can-
now.
That's American dollars.
I got
not
about
Canadian.
$350. Yeah,
You
Take it.
can pay for my trip. then.
Tree fitty.
I got about $350.
Does
Jim,
it make me sound like a sellout,
So-
Bell? I know you're introducing my week in WoW. Go ahead, like, what were we saying?
I was going to say, if people want to buy it, though, tweet to me your offer. I'll sell it to you for $5
he
grand. if you
also
want
will take payment in the form of nudes. So,
it. Depends on who you are, Murky. You cannot give me nudes.
because we already have them.
I've
all.
already have one of your nudes.
I have a week in WoW, but I guess your voice came in my head, Bell, where you're like, you want to sell everything. I'm like, I want to sell my stuff from BlizzCon this year and last year, but for like a ridiculous amount of money to see if like someone will buy the
Someone
Steam.
will.
Like, but
Yeah,
do you think
someone
I
will.
No, don't do that.
$500 American? That's a
Don't
ridiculous
sell
amount.
out. Don't sell that stuff. It really
Don't
bothers
be
me
one of
when
the
I
auction house brokers.
when I see
could
people
retire
selling
with
their
BlizzCon
BlizzCon merch. It really
later.
makes me sad. It hurts my heart. It does.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to plug your ears, everyone. I'm gonna be putting it up on. Anyways, my week in WoW. I had an awesome week in WoW. I had a lot of fun. Like Lycan was talking about the PvP, and we joked around about Cody and I being undefeated, but we were really just doing one game a week in both. We were winning, but we didn't get any consecutive game time, so we really started with twos. Cody and I, hots for shots, and we YOLO'd it, no voice chat, and we had so many good close matches. And the 10th win for our week win was just, it was again very close. So I thought we were going to lose. We won. Same with today. We pulled Lycan in. We did threes as a PWNCAST team, and like one match, Hots is at literally 1%. I get out of my stun and I put my life cocoon on him with 1% health left. We turn it around. We win that. So we had a lot of good games, a lot of fun for PvP. Got my RBG win. A lot of pet battle stuff. Like I started leveling the Raiding with Leashes 4 achievements. I want to see how they do in battle with some of these unique abilities. So haven't had time to level them all up, and got back to some of the content creating as well on the YouTube channel. So just, pet battle stuff. Suramar is not a fan favorite. I know I'm rambling now, but like I'm finally now going through more stuff. Maybe it is. I'll get to that point in the quest chain, but I really been pushing artifact power because I was lacking for total. So I'm trying to catch up. So a lot of good stuff.
Definitely not a fan.
Awesome. Secret, I know that you work, but I think you did do stuff in WoW besides
I
raid.
did.
Tell us about
I
your
did
week.
raid. Did Kara. Did some old ICC stuff. Brought a Coney. See if he maybe get his invincible. Maybe not, which he didn't. But nonetheless, thank you for coming.
I don't
hanging
take
out
friends.
If you get that
I
drudge
already have
pool,
it.
share it with
Oh,
me.
you have it? Oh.
Yeah, I have it. So I've already deleted 2. So
Really? You've gotten 3 drop? Nice.
yeah, someone's gonna hate me for saying that, but well, I mean, it's not like I could sell them. I would.
That's true.
I really would. But yeah, absolutely. It felt weird doing DPS today. I do enough of it while I'm questing and doing word quests and whatnot, but it's not the same. There's an actual rotation to raid boss compared to killing a
Mobs.
Naga and
Yeah.
crap like that. So again, super proud of both teams today coming together as one and knocking out 3 more bosses. I mean, for Riders 1, that was great. So other than that, just looking forward to reset tomorrow. 5 out of 6 exalted reps
Ooh.
for Legion. So I'm pretty sure that maybe it's for something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm good. I'll be here. I'll be in game tomorrow.
One of my children's remodeling. It's friggin' 11 o'clock at night. I don't know what's going
Grand.
on. Who knows? Probably one of my girls hanging up some weird posters of boys, whatever. girls do.
Hope it's not one of your young boys. That'd be funny.
It was probably dark.
JB.
It was probably dark, actually, now that I think about it. My weekend...
Belle, I wanted to interrupt you and not David. I forgot to say I got a legendary.
Oh, I wondered why you didn't mention your legendary.
So much excitement. I wanted to interrupt you and not David. I'm sorry.
Congratulations on your legendary.
Yeah, and here's my legendary right here.
Right?
So you got a legendary. Secret Sauce has got a legendary, even though you use this government name, and I got 2.
I'm the only one without a legendary.
You really
What's
don't
crappy though is I do a lot of mythic dungeons, and I do all my emissaries. I always do that kind of stuff, and it's fine. It'll happen, and when it happens, it'll be amazing. That's all.
Watch you get like the best in slot legendary.
It'll be the best legendary ever, and it'll make all my wildest dreams come true. So I totally don't even mind. I pretend to be salty about it, but I'm not really salty. But I did. I was dead this weekend, so I was really sad because it was the first weekend, like full weekend, back from BlizzCon, and I thought I had it all planned out. I was just gonna. I told the husband, like, I'm just gonna shack up in front of Bertha, and I just want to game, like really game, not do guild things, not do PWNCAST things. I just want to veg out and game, and that did not happen because I was dead.
Veg out? Oh.
Yeah, veg out with your veg out. Sometimes you have.
Wow.
Sometimes.
Picks out Harambe.
They're one and the same. But I did do before I got sick, and I did a lot of Battlegrounds, which was really fun. I'm kind of just testing the waters to see how I feel. I've been really rusty because I have not been PvPing because I haven't had time with BlizzCon stuff. So I'm excited because I know I have from now until at least February before I need to start doing BlizzCon planning. So I have those months to just do what I need to do, because once February and March hits and BlizzCon's announced, it's the grind to do all the things. But yeah, I did a lot in game actually. Still no legendary, but I'm gearing up to get Hungry Games, to bring Hungry Games back. I did a culling of the guild and removed some year-old inactives, and I think this week I'm going to be...
That was an interesting day.
I know, I have to warn people, don't freak out. I'm just mass removing people. But I'm going to, this week, my focus is going to be obviously doing more stuff on the lock, but I'm going to be leveling my monk. The monk healer, actually, is what I'm going to level.
Okay.
So we have an alt healer for raids, and I wanted to raid with Guild 2 on an alternate, like maybe a Monday, or something.
I inspire her.
I just wanted to have a presence with both guilds, and it was requested. People from Writers 2 asked if I would raid, if my... People love me. I mean, I'm kind of liked sometimes.
We're the better.
Oh yeah, you're definitely liked, but...
So, the monk, the healer, because if I don't like to play another DPS class, although I do fancy Hunter a little bit, I just like to stick to what I know DPS wise and just stay on Destro.
Right.
But I like to heal on the monk. The monk heals monk healing is really fun in PvP as well. So.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I did, but these, I'm not sure how I'm going to go about it or what I'm going to do about it, but I have a good amount of these PWNCAST shot glasses left over.
I should have took more home.
So I actually have quite a bit.
I actually didn't bring one.
You didn't bring one? I'll make sure I save you one. So be looking for, I don't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to unload those. I don't really know what's going to happen with those quite yet, but I do have several of those. I have like 50, which... pretty sure it was the 50 I'd set aside for other people and still gave it out of the big stock that I had, but I have a good amount of those shot glasses, so be looking for... I'll be talking some way about being able to do that.
Just drive to her house. I'll put...
Yeah, if you're in Arizona, just
drive to her house, knock on the door.
I'll give you one. But we'll also have the video up of DitchCon for those of you that are interested. I'm going to work on that this week. Also, I wanted to address Hots not being here. So Hots is in transition.
Love that little guy.
He's in transition, not that kind of transition, ladies and gentlemen. He's in a housing transition where he's trying to get himself straight because he just moved to a different state. So I'm giving him time because right now his internet sucks and he doesn't have his setup. So he was like sitting on the floor with his computer. Not about that life. I'm going to need you to not have shitty internet. So I gave him some time to just go do his things and get himself in order. It might be a month. It might be 2 months. Not 100% sure how long it's going to take. He's still here. He's still with us. He is just...
He's still in game. I'll do his weekend wow. I waited all week and didn't sleep and had fun with Lycan and Jimma today.
I would prefer to have him on the show with good quality versus his camera skipping
Right.
all the time and his audio being crappy and it just dragging down the whole show, and then it makes me crazy and then I'm grumpy and then I yell. So it's just better for all parties involved to let him do his thing. So I wanted to make sure that I did talk about that.
You don't yell. Or is it we're just immune to it? It's like talking to us?
You guys don't really feel the brunt of it. It's mostly the other elements of PWNCAST that feel the brunt of it, and it's not so much yelling as
I will
this
pray for you,
sucks,
Luke.
fucking fix it. Don't come to me with excuses, just fix it. I'm tired of dealing with it. Just fix it. Stop
Right?
running blades through the middle of the fucking raid. Literally, just stop. Don't do it. Just kidding. So I think if you
Get to
gentlemen,
play World of Warcraft.
if you gentlemen have nothing new to add,
I'm
Nope.
good.
I'll have to pee.
oh my,
There
that's
you go.
why you're doing the
That's
P dance.
glorious.
So we're going to go ahead and get on it here. I want to thank all of you for giving us your hour and a half, 2 hours every week. It is an honor that we are still able to entertain all you wonderful people. Comment on the show as always. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are on iTunes, feel free to leave us a review and tell us what you think. Just don't be mean to Belle and tell me I need to be in the kitchen making sandwiches, Kay?
Although I am kind of hungry.
I am a little hungry and I would actually
Me too.
fancy a sandwich. Now that we're
Oh my gosh.
We're going to go ahead and get on out of here. And I just wanted to show you
Bye,
my
guys.
awesome little Spock thing.
Oh, that tripped me out for a second. I thought that was like
You
digital.
thought it was my
effect.
hand?
Sure.
I
No,
was trying to do it. I was
I
like, I
can't
know.
do that. I have to.
You have to cheat.
It smells like... It doesn't smell really... Your murky is creeping me out. Did you draw on him? Does he have like a tattoo?
What?
No, it's a
Why
Murgle.
But why does he look diseased?
He's a Murgle.
Yeah.
He's an undead Murloc.
Oh. Wait, what?
He's a
Oh, my
Murgle.
lord.
An undead Murloc.
Just do.
Yes,
like
they
Jimmy
are a
does.
thing.
Her mind was just
Smile and
blown.